While you were away, we put together this quick video on checking ball joints that Jenny had asked about.
Let's see how it turned out, Dave.
Some ball joints it is as easy as looking at wear indicators.
This short long arm system has a spring mounted on the lower control arm, making the lower ball joint load carrying. Inspect wear indicator ball joints with the vehicle on the ground so force is applied to the ball joints, and refer to the proper specification chart. Do not look at the grease fitting. Look at the part the grease fitting screws into. If the wear indicator is protruding out of the ball joint cover plate, it's within safety specifications. As an example, the wear indicator on a GM car will stick out approximately 50 thousandths of an inch, and on a Ford, about 70 thousandths of an inch. If it is flush or recessed, replace the ball joint.
If the ball joint isn't loaded, it is easy as what we did before. Checking at 6 and 12. What the old timers call shaking it down.
To check for a worn ball joint, you want to grab the 12 and 6 positions of the jacked up tire and move the top and bottom in and out. If the ball joint is loose, then you'll notice a lot of play and a clunking or clicking noise. If not, then you're probably fine. You should go ahead and check the 6 and 3 positions for looseness as well, though this test can also show that your wheel bearing is loose instead of your ball joint.
Since on a loaded ball joint you need to place a jack under the lower control arm, some find it easier to slide a 2x4 or heavy truck tire iron under the tire to check, like this.
To check for vertical play in a ball joint, you can slide a 2x4 under the jacked up tire of your vehicle. Once the 2x4 is in place, gently lever the tire up and down. If the ball joint is bad, then you can hear and sometimes feel the stud of the ball joint clicking in and out of place in the bearing.
My lead tech told me I could use a long pry bar. How would that work?
Here, let's take a look.
One of the best ways to check for play in a ball joint is to use a small pry bar or a screwdriver as a lever in between the lower control arm and the knuckle. Be careful not to pinch the rubber boot and watch the ball joint for any vertical movement. If you see an excessive amount of movement, then the stud is loose in the bearing and it needs to be replaced. This one seems to be fine.
Regardless of the technique used, some states and fleet accounts want to know exactly how much play is in the ball joint.
How in the world would I figure that out?
Let me show you.
We have Essential Tools ball joint gauge and tool to check rotor runout. We're going to set it up and show you how to use it. Real quick, we'll make it an easy video. I have 2 of them, so one's already set up. What you're trying to do when checking ball joints, you'll see your ball joint right there. You want to isolate movement from the ball joint using the control arm and the knuckle. So you'll see here on this vehicle, I've already put my vice grip on the control arm. It's loose until I get it to the point where I want it on top, somewhere placed on the knuckle above the ball joint. So I am isolating movement, only that ball joint. We'll set up our flashlight, and you'll see right here, there's actually enough space for me to fit a pry bar. Can you hold that for a second? So I can put my pry bar right in between the ball joint and control arm and move. And you'll see right here the movement. You can check on all data or another program like that for the allowance allowed, but this right here, I'm putting minimal pressure in between the knuckle and the control arm, and that's how you can see and use your ball joint gauge.
That took a while, Dave, but I sure appreciate it. Can we go out to the alignment machine now?
I am looking forward to it. I'll see you in the shop for the next segment.